All right, well, welcome again, everybody. I'm going to have Carol here read our statement of intent.
We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where you can worship the God of your own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in the celebration of life, to nourish your spirit, and to enjoy the company of kindred souls. Amen.
And Carol will give us our invocation, and then we will be singing Let There Be Peace after that.
Good morning. I'm going to invite you to stand for the invocation. Traditionally, to invoke means we're calling God, but the way I understand it, God is everywhere. We don't need to call him in. We need to welcome him. So our Creator Source, thank you for being here with us. We've come together in this sacred time and space to join with you and with one another. As we welcome your presence, may each of us come to know that we are always safe, always loved, and always surrounded by angels. In our time together, may we receive and share inspiration to be and do our best as we grow in love. Amen.
You're doing Let There Be Peace? You're playing, okay. And now we'll sing Let There Be Peace. Number 3 in the book, or the words are on the white card. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And hymn number 1?
Okay. 109.
109, and it is
Be thou my vision.
Be Thou My Vision in Wings of Song. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not that me save that thou Welcome again, once again. Good to see so many people here today. At this point, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Sue Brewer. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees. How many of you don't know that already? But, for those on Facebook, whatever. Anyways, or whatever. Anyway, our speaker today is Carol Gieseke, and she has a very interesting topic today, and it is safe, loved, and surrounded by angels. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Some other announcements we've got going on. The Unity Book Group is Monday night, 6 p.m. downstairs in the library, and the book is, I'm going to steal that from you. It is Mary Magdalene Revealed. Now, Kim Lutke talked about this. She used a lot of different stuff from this book when she gave her talk last month. So it's very, very, you guys are getting into it now, right? Yeah. Then also on Tuesday, Law of Attraction / Abraham Group is at 1 p.m. on Tuesday. The book is The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, and that's by the Hickses, right? Yeah. Okay, and now, a couple of other things we've got going on here. Pam Lasasso gave an awesome class yesterday. For those of you who didn't sign up, you lost out. It was so much fun. We had a blast. But you have a second chance. She's going to be giving her classes at the Ordine through community school stuff, and that's on Tuesdays at 6 to 8 p.m. So if you want to sign up and get some good information it's amazing stuff. You guys, it just blows your mind. It's like, you see the little guy with the head with the exploding. Yes, that's the way it is. Totally that. And also, this is the month, March is the month where Chum is doing their big food drive. We talked about it at our last board meeting, and the biggest place that we see the biggest need is Myers-Wilkins School. They have, and Debbie is going to give you a little more insight about how we're going to go about getting that to them.
Hi, good morning. We talked at the board meeting, and we do a lot for Chum. But I also attend Peace Church, and they are partners with Myers-Wilkins. So Myers-Wilkins is a high-need church right just down the street from us. They have a lot of immigrant families there. They have a lot of homeless families. They're just, and I also substitute there sometimes. And so we just decided that for this month, that we would partner with Peace. So if anybody wants to donate anything to Myers-Wilkins, you can bring it to me, and then I will bring it to Peace Church. And then they have a liaison that goes from their church to the school. And so it really is a way for us to help right in our own community, just a few blocks away. And so they are in need of school snacks, individually school wrapped snacks for the kids, dried beans, canned vegetables, masa flour, those types of things, staples, dried milk, canned milk would be really helpful. So so anyway, that's kind of, your help would be appreciated. Thanks. If you want to do a check, if you want to write it to me, okay, and then I would just cash it and then purchase the supplies needed for that. I can't even save for you to even give a gift card to the grocery store because these families aren't even leaving their homes, right? And so because of safety concerns. So anyway, yeah.
If you want to write a check to Debbie, why don't you, and make sure you put in the memo or some kind of notation that what it is for, so that, when you get your statement back, that's what you'll know what that was for. Just a thought. All right. The big announcement for today is next Sunday, daylight savings time starts. So turn your clocks ahead. Move forward on Saturday night so you don't come to church late. Okay? This is the biggie. Yeah, so Yeah, so daylight saving time does start Sunday, and I'm not going to stay up till 2 a.m. to change my clock. I'm going to do it before I go to bed. So just a reminder. It's one of those things that we all have to be reminded of, right? All right, so next week, our speaker is a gal named Christy Lynn Davis. Now, Christy Lynn was routed to me to speak at our church through Gina Ramsey, who spoke last December. Was it in December? Yeah, so for those of you who were here for Gina Ramsey's participation, she's the one who recommended Christy Lynn, and Christy Lynn sounds amazing. So I'm looking forward to her coming. She's coming from La Crosse or somewhere, or Madison, I forget. So anyway, so she's coming up just to see us and to help us out with what she's got in mind. And her topic is faith in motion, living your life of purpose. And there are days when, for me, I don't know about you, but for days, sometimes I forget my purpose. So maybe she will guide us in a good way there. All right, so now is the time when we will read our principles. You'll find the principles on the white card. All right, we believe God is the eternal source and creator of all and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source. Seeking this for ourselves and compassion for others suffering is the highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. Now, at this time, can I have someone please bring forth the healing bowl? We're going to do the healing bowl. Robert, I will ask you to ring the bell. We will have our moment of silence. And then Carol has going to do her meditation at the end of her presentation. So we'll be a little bit different today, but. Oh, we're doing the meditation song now? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. And that is number 65, and that's, I wrote it down. I behold the Christ in you. Okay. All right, so at this point, do people have any prayer requests? Anybody that we need to pray for specifically today? Come on up. The price is right.
I would like a prayer for my granddaughter, Bella Veron. She was in a car accident about 3 days ago, and she has a concussion and is having trouble with her back. She's at home now, healing, and I would just like prayers for whatever is for her highest good and what she has learned from this. Thank you.
What's her first name again?
Bella.
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 So I'm not sure if you know, but 3 service members were killed this morning and several have been injured. Not to mention many other casualties that have happened in the Middle East. So prayers for the families affected and for all that are affected by this, which is many, 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 many people. Thank you.
Requesting prayers for my daughter Emily. Last 2 Sundays I've mentioned her. She's having a difficult pregnancy, and tomorrow she is scheduled for a C-section, so she needs your prayers. It's been a difficult time with a breech, and we're just all praying and there for her, hoping everything will go well. Thank you.
And I'd like to offer this prayer now for world peace. Creator of all that is, each and every day, prevent or render harmless every intention, plan, energy, or action to trigger a global war or any war of significant size and danger to humanity. Protect all nations from manipulation, coercion, and propaganda leading to armed conflict with each other. Strengthen human defenses against propaganda used to induce fear, mistrust, hatred, and misguided quest for domination or retaliation. Heal and free all leaders from mind control, manipulation, and corruption. Help humanity see through the deception and into the futility of war. Harness all negative energies and intentions used to promote hostilities. Transmute them from malevolent to benevolent, and utilize these energies for healing instead of harm, for all victims and perpetrators alike. Strengthen us to feel the power and conviction to partner with you to demand and create a safe and peaceful world for all. Creator, repeat this prayer request as often as feasible. Invite all others wanting the highest and best outcome for humanity to join their prayers with ours to pool our requests for maximum momentum and effectiveness. Thank you.
And I have a nephew, Nick, that's in the Middle East, and I ask for prayers in conjunction with all of those that need. Thank you.
Let's ring the bell.
Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. My topic that I gave to Sue was safe, loved, and surrounded by angels. My subtopic or subtitle is the world going crazy or going sane? And I had so much I wanted to cover. I'm reading today, and I don't usually. Today, perhaps more than ever before, I suspect that, like me, many of you find yourselves feeling overwhelmed by what can seem like an avalanche of emotions: fear, anger, sadness, powerlessness, hopelessness, and hopefully also some gratitude and love as you see goodness around you. We teach what we most need to learn, and with this declaration of, not declaration of war, with this war sprung on us, I want to remind myself and others and keep practicing what I'm sharing today. I'm going to be referring to the Course in Miracles a lot because that's a big part of my foundation. In the Course, it says, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. And then it says, this is how a Course in Miracles begins. It makes a fundamental distinction between the real, which is love, and the unreal, which is fear. Between knowledge and perception. Knowledge is truth under one law, the law of love or God. Truth is unalterable, eternal, and unambiguous. It can be unrecognized, but it cannot be changed. It applies to everything that God created, and only what He created is real. It is beyond learning because it is beyond time and process. It has no opposite, no beginning, and no end. It merely is. The world of perception, on the other hand, is the world of time, of change, of beginnings and endings. It is based on interpretation, not on facts. It is the world of birth and death, founded on the belief in scarcity, loss, separation, and death. It is learned rather than given, selective in its perceptual emphases, unstable in its functioning, and inaccurate in its interpretations. From knowledge and perception, respectively, two distinct thought systems arise, which are opposite in every respect. And this is the duality that we are hearing more and more about in our learning process. In the realm of knowledge, no thoughts exist apart from God, because God and His creation share one will. The world of perception, however, is made by the belief in opposites and separate wills, in perpetual conflict with each other and with God. What perception sees and hears appears to be real because it permits into awareness only what conforms to the wishes of the perceiver. An example of this is choosing what to believe and proving it, in quotes, by what we read, who we listen to and agree with, who is right and who is wrong. This leads to a world of illusions, a world which needs constant defense, and defense is another name for attack, precisely because it is not real. Now, following our 7 suggestions from Mike Dooley, who's one of the teachers I follow some, for dealing with the huge changes or the great awakening that we're living in. I find them to be helpful daily reminders. Along with my own notes, I offer them for your consideration. And if anyone wants them, I do have copies of just the 7 suggestions. Number 1, to any and every degree possible, do not take sides. Honor your own heartfelt leanings, preferences, and choices without making anyone else wrong. According to the Course and many other spiritual paths, dualities of the ego. In fact, the ego could not exist without it. And it's all a trick of perception and choice. Our country and our world are reflecting fierce duality, attack thoughts and judgments about ourselves and one another, that we are separate, that we can only be safe by winning, in quotes, over and controlling others, that in fact, there's not really enough good, enough love, enough God to go around. For any real lasting change to happen, these toxic ideas have to come to the surface, where we can see them, release them, and make a different choice. Picture a wounded monster like a dragon, or maybe a snake or whatever, in its death throes. It's thrashing in fear and rage. That's what's happening with these fear-based thoughts of separation and lack. They're figuratively and even literally fighting to the death to win control of our minds and lives. Yet even as these old fear-based thoughts are dying, we have new, more loving ideas being born. To quote Marianne Williamson, birth is violent, whether it be the birth of a child or the birth of an idea. Beginning stages are rough. The most giant tree begins as a tiny green sprout, but that sprout pushes dirt out of its way as it forces itself up through the earth and even through pavement to the earth to get sunlight. Reminder, do not take sides. Honor your own heartfelt leanings. And I would add to that, it's my personal belief there is only one side, and that's God's side. Number two, know that being alive at this crossroads in time is an extraordinary privilege. We're living on the razor's edge of reality creation, literally deciding the direction of humanity. You are among the chosen few who will usher in a golden age. Now, back to my own things. I have what I call my 5 Fs, letter F of the alphabet. There's nothing to figure out, nothing to fix, nothing to fight, nothing to fear, and therefore nothing to forgive. Everything is simply what it is, or shorthand, is. Probably like many of you, I have fought something or someone, and sometimes everything and everyone, for much of my life, trying to figure out every little thing, wanting to fix it all so my world would feel safe. Actually, what I understand from the Course is trying to please God in order to feel safe from its disapproval and punishment. And I've gotten so tired. Thankfully, by practicing what I'm sharing here and what I've been learning along the way with my spiritual journey, God has awakened me to the evidence that I am always loved, always protected, and always guided toward more love. A question posed by Mike Dooley in one of his messages was, if you really believed you were guided by God, love, spirit, wouldn't you be listening? And wouldn't you be following the suggestions given to you? So, all I need to do is keep paying attention, following God's guidance to more of what I want and love, rather than what I fear. Reminder, being alive at this crossroads in time is an extraordinary privilege. Number 3, do not despair at the world's chaos. Circumstances do not portend outcomes, no matter how scary or hopeless any situation may appear. Beneath the surface, or above the surface, big wheels are turning. There is order and unimaginable love at play, all moving in your favor. And I have a quote from Marianne Williamson that was given to me in my meditation this morning. The key to empowerment, personal and collective, is the understanding that although darkness stalks light, the light will always reassert itself. No matter what is happening, The universe is invested in healing. God always has the final say. Circumstances do not portend outcomes. Number 4, highly evolved beings are now crowded around the planet, some physically, others through astral projection, excitedly watching as we navigate the same slippery slope their own evolution of consciousness required, probably millennia ago, really. And leaving mark. I was gifted by a friend several years ago to attend a workshop with Mike and a woman named Lorna Byrne, who is an amazing gifted person with angels. She can see them, hear them, converse with them. She's been doing this since she was a toddler, before she could even talk, really, but they were talking to her. In the workshop, she could look around and see each of us with our angels. Wherever she goes, she sees the angels. And she says that in addition, back up. And she said each person has their own guardian angel who is with them for all eternity. Once you were created, you got that guardian angel forever. And she also says that in addition to our guardian angels, we can call on other angels whom she calls unemployed angels. She says there are legions of them ready, willing, and able to help anytime we ask. Highly evolved beings are now crowded around the planet and around us. Number 5, refrain from judging others. Everyone is needed here and now as much as you are. The universe could not exist one single day without every single one of us. Any darkness appearing in the world is doing so to be cleared. We're all here as students of love, each of us following our own perfect course in our eternal journey. Each of us is just being who we are. Correction is not only unnecessary, it's impossible. Once again, is. Let go. Refrain from judging others. Everyone is needed here and now as much as you are. Number 6, your own unique great awakening began a long, long time ago. You're growing so quickly that you're not even the same person you were a month ago. You already embody the magnificence you chose this very lifetime to achieve, and yet, excitedly, you have even more magnificence to untap. One of my own personal messages from Spirit has been, it's all love unfolding. And as Dooley says, each of us is created by God, of God, and for God. For me, this means that all of life is created by God, out of the substance or energy of God, and eternally growing in our capacity to experience and express our oneness with God, to know, love, and serve God. You're growing so quickly yet excitedly, you have even more magnificence to untap. And number 7, finally, day by day, make every choice from the highest within you. Lean in. Act the part of someone who is awakened. Challenge yourself to be even happier in the density of time, space, and matter as you come to know yourself as the eternal spark of the divine. For the past 5.5 years, I've been meeting with a spiritual support group led by Lynn Woodland, who frequently reminds us to use our spiritual tools. And I'm now encouraging each of you and myself to use our spiritual tools. What are they? First and foremost, your spiritual faith belief in God, Spirit, Source, love, goodness. That's the baseline. Then regularly spend time being in and with that faith. Meditate, prayer, visualize. Throughout the day, just think, okay, I know you're here. Ask for help if you have time. If you want to make it, just keep practicing it more and more and more regular. And practice that faith or belief. And this is showing up so much in Minnesota, especially now, by being kind compassionate, and neighborly every chance you get, to others and even to yourself. Every little kindness, whether it's a friendly greeting with the mailman, or donating to things like Myers Wilkins, or getting food to people, or running errands for them, or whatever. Maybe just listening to somebody who needs to talk. Those are things you can do. Those are a tool. And if you feel called to join with others toward making this world better by some sort of action, by all means do. You are the holy child of God itself. You are forever God's beloved, forever totally safe, and always guided toward experiencing and sharing more love. Day by day, make every choice from the highest within you. And Steve, could you start the meditation CD, please? Thank you. It's my understanding that this church is built on two ley lines that cross one another, which is a big part of our foundation, literally and figuratively, why we're still here after years without one leader, one anything. Modern esoteric interpretation views ley lines as invisible, mystical energy meridians covering the earth, influencing human consciousness, health, and spiritual power. So let's use the gift of our physical placement right here to amplify our meditation today. Also, know that there is exponential power in sharing this meditation wherever two or more are gathered together in one idea, heart and mind. It grows beyond our own imagination. Now I invite you to sit comfortably with your feet on the floor, letting the floor and your seat support your body. Close your eyes. Be aware of your body, feeling a heaviness beginning in your head, and let that feeling flow downward through your face and neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, through your organs and your torso, your legs, and your feet. With that weight, feel yourself anchored in your chair. Then begin to imagine that all of your physical cells are expanding, spreading out, becoming the light that they really are, and just floating freely. Now, all of the light beings that we are join together to form a circle. Know that our light is made of love, and see it spreading, filling the center of the circle. First, it envelops each of us, and then as we step into the circle, and then as it grows, it spreads out to everyone else who is part of this church community, and then to our city, and then to our state. This light, this love, this energy, constantly spreading, and all the world. There is no separation in the oneness. All are one in light and love, in perfect harmony. Be with this oneness. Breathe into it. and let it hold your heart in peace for a few moments. See our world, perhaps picturing a globe, all of our world and everyone on it. A light with the light and love that we're sharing now. That everyone is beloved, safe, held by angels and other loving beings. Feel yourselves gathering back together into your physical body. Breathe deeply and bring yourself back to this place as you're ready. Know that somehow this meditation is totally real and is already making a difference in our world. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Oh my gosh, that felt good. That felt really good. I like that. All right, so at this time, can I get a couple of people to bring forth the baskets for our offering?
And so we are all together with the light and love and spirits that we are. And feel that in your heart as we breathe and feel all the goodness of creation. Together we are, will always be, now and forever. Amen. 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 Thank you all.
Nice job, Terry. Thank you, sir. All right, so at this time, we're going to sing hymn number 241, which is The Greatest Thing. I need to write these down. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. I want to know you more. I want to know you more. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. Want to serve you more. I want to serve you more. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. All right, so let us say our church affirmation. It's on the white card. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. As our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership and people to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. All right, Carol, you've got a benediction for us?
Divine love. That sounded a little like Divine love, may each of us experience your blessing of all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. Thank you. Amen.
All right, so let's gather up in our circle, and Carol will be playing God Be With You. If you want the words, they're on the white card.